My heart is racing.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it's kind of a long story, but let me take you back a couple days. So, the day before this, I was playing Genshin Impact on my phone, laying on my bed, which I wouldn't really recommend. Genshin Impact doesn't play the best on mobile devices, but regardless, I was doing it. And I had accrued enough primogems to do a single summon. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna do this single summon. Get me my 3-star weapon and we can keep it moving, we can keep it busting. But lo and behold, I pulled Venti off of that single, which meant I had one goal and one goal only.
Now, all I need is Diluc.
Now, I'm sure most of you guys watching this video know all about Diluc and all of his craziness that he can do for your team and your squadron, but for those of you guys that don't, Diluc is by far and away the strongest character in Genshin Impact at the moment. His pure amount of DPS, along with his elemental burst and everything else he can provide, is super, super strong. This is the unit you want on your team. This is the guy. However, MiHoYo knew that, and they made his rates criminally low. I mean, let's be honest, how else are they gonna make their guala? And what they did was a little bit sneaky. They put 2 banners up. One banner features Venti, the unit I was talking about earlier, and the other banner shows Diluc and Jean. Now, normally you would think, man, if I want Diluc, I want to pull on the banner that shows Diluc right on it. However, very quickly, the community realized something a little bit strange. It turns out that the Venti banner is so good that you actually have a higher chance to pull Diluc on the Venti banner than you did on the banner in which Diluc was on the cover of. I know, it makes no sense. So a lot of people, myself included, fell for the trap in the beginning where we pulled on the Diluc banner only to get absolutely shafted.
That's tough. Dude, I'm literally never gonna get Diluc, bro.
So if you yourself are looking for a Diluc, still to this day, make sure you're doing the Venti banner. Now equipped with the knowledge on how I can increase my chances of getting Diluc, all I had to do now was grind out the primogems I needed so that I can try to get the homeboy. So for those of you guys that don't know, there are a lot of different ways you can get primogems, especially if you're a newer player. You can get these by increasing your adventure rank, completing commissions, side quests, story quests, finding random chests throughout the world, all that kind of good stuff that you do just by normally playing the game. Now, for all my brothers out there that are above the adventure rank of like 25 to 30, mid 30s, man, look, if you ain't got Diluc yet, that's tough because you're running out of ways to get primogems. I'm not laughing at y'all, I'm just laughing at the absurdity of how rare primogems are. But for everybody else, the newer players, you guys can continue to grind up your primogems by just playing the game, having a blast, and hopefully you can get Diluc. Probably not though.
Now, one bit of interesting information. I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, so feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm grossly misunderstanding this, but it would seem like the pity system that's implemented into the Venti banner does roll over into other featured banners. Now, what that means is when you're doing your multi-summons on the Venti banner, after a certain amount of time, I believe the requirement is 9 multi-summons, your chances to get Venti increase exponentially to the point where if you are going to get a 5-star, it's 100% guaranteed to be a Venti, meaning that eventually you'll get a Venti, not necessarily within those first 9 multis. Otherwise, I believe the rate is 50%. Now, if this does roll over to other banners, you could potentially wait for a Diluc featured banner, but I don't think that's going to be happening because we already know some of the new characters that are being released to Genshin Impact, and of course, those units will be the ones that are getting featured. But this is pretty cool because if Venti isn't really your style and you're looking at the other characters like, they look kind of nice, then you can run up your pity rates on this banner and then start the next banner with some primogems that you've grinded up, or maybe even if you've bought some, and hopefully pull those units, which just may end up being better than Diluc himself. I know that doesn't really help you on getting Diluc, but you know, that's a silver lining because those units should be a lot easier to get, not only in terms of the rates, but if MiHoYo also decides to do a similar thing with the Venti banner with these other banners, then that means with the pity system being into full effect, you should be able to get a unit that is just as good, if not better than Diluc. And now, without further ado, let me show you the clip that started this whole video off. The clip of me actually pulling Diluc and my reactions to it. Now, you might want to turn down your headphones for this. I got pretty loud. I was very excited. I had zero hope. I was down, beaten, bruised. Life has been cruel to me. But it all went away as soon as I saw the magical moment. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy me pulling Diluc. My heart is racing. Get the f away from me! Get the f away from me! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm built different, bro! I'm literally big body as f. Are you kidding me? Oh, let's go! And there you have it. The proud owner of a brand new shiny Diluc. Man, it does feel great to be successful, baby. You know the vibe. So you're probably asking yourself, especially if you are not a Diluc owner, well, once you get Diluc, what's next for you, man? Like, what do you do? Well, you go ahead, you farm him up, you feed him all your materials, you get him your good level, you ascend him, you get him the best weapon you can possibly get, and then you just have an absolute blast running through all the content in the game. I think what's so cool about Diluc is that not only is he a top tier unit with obviously crazy out of tune stats, but he's also just like really, really fun to play, and that's the most important thing. You have another character in the game like Venti, who is also an S tier unit according to most players, but Venti isn't really fun for me. I use Venti because when his Q is off cooldown and you just fire that thing off and it just absorbs all the enemies, it just makes it so easy to line up. He's a very good partner to have alongside Diluc because you can bunch up all the enemies and then all of a sudden you have Diluc unleashing massive havoc and damage upon the group of enemies that you've just gathered up. It's so satisfying. But Venti himself isn't really fun for me personally to play as. But Diluc, oh, he's so fun. Even if his damage numbers weren't absolutely insane, even if I didn't have Prototype Animus equipped to him, which I didn't for a very long time, he's still just a joy to play as. Which brings me to a question I wanted to ask you guys before we sign off this video here. Who are some of your favorite units to play as? I'll go ahead and give you some of mine. Obviously, Diluc is up there. He's very fun. But I think overall, my favorite character to play is actually gonna have to be Keqing. She is so fun. I love her gameplay. Her E is super creative and you can do a lot of cool things with it. It opens the door for a lot of really cool, creative, and fluid gameplay. And then her Q, boy, her Q, are you kidding me? When she goes zipping around looking like Minato from Naruto, bro, don't play with me. It's just so satisfying. It's so fun. Keqing is definitely my favorite. If I had to choose top three, it's going to be Keqing, Diluc, and I have to give it to my baby girl Official. But I'm actually very interested to hear who some of your favorite units are. If you don't have Diluc, who is your hardest hitting unit? And furthermore, just who do you have the most fun playing with? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, rating. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and my Twitch live stream where I stream damn near every day. And I have been playing a lot of Genshin Impact. So if you want to see some more, feel free to follow me on there. But thank you guys so much for all the love and support on the last Genshin video. Thank you guys so much for, at the time of recording this, I'm under 200 subs away from 100,000, which is insane. And man, I could not have imagine this would have happened, but no, I do really appreciate it.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't
pull Diluc.
I guess we'll never know.